Many people may berate positive thinking, but history and reality have taught that our thoughts form our actions, and actions, when repeated, become our habits, which eventually forms our character. In short, we are products of our thoughts. In a study published in the Yonsei Medical Journal, researchers found a strong connection between positive thinking and overall life satisfaction. That your life's success, materially or in relationships, is essentially dependent on your thought life. Think of the self-improvement changes you've been unable to make. Do you often catch yourself saying, "I want to write, but I can't write because I'm not good with words"? Or, "I want to become a public speaker, but I can't because I can't speak fluently," etc. If you're doing this, you're struggling with a fixed mindset, according to Stanford University psychology professor Carol Dweck. In her book, Mindset, the New Psychology of Success, Professor Dweck described the two kinds of mindsets: fixed mindset and growth mindset. Fixed mindset is essentially the erroneous belief that our talents are finite and we could never grow beyond them. For example, a fixed mindset says, "I made my papers because I was lucky," forgetting he'd invested hours of study. Contrarily, a growth mindset means that we are in control of what we achieve. As Dweck argues, a fixed mindset is what stops many of us from trying to improve in certain areas where we think we've hit our roadblock. Whereas we can reach new heights and become better persons. All it would take is just a shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, one that says, "I'm in control and can change to achieve what I need to achieve." Although we must admit that we all have limitations. For example, you may never become a pro golfer like Tiger Woods. There's a big gap between knowing you can become better and being stagnated in your mind. A fixed mindset makes you to wrongly believe you will never be able to become all you can because you're limited in talents, gifts, opportunities, etc., like everyone else. A growth mindset, however, believes in change, your ability to become all you can be, using the opportunities and resources available to you. If you have a growth mindset, you feel confident on the inside that you can succeed. You think, "I only need to write every day at the same time and I'll become a better writer." You do this because you're confident you can change and can control your own life's outcome. If you've been holding yourself back because of a fixed mindset, in this video, I'll share with you 3 ways you can start to cultivate a growth mindset. Do like this video now and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss other exciting videos like this. 1. Acknowledge and embrace imperfections. If you have a fixed mindset, you strive to be perfect and always cover your mistakes. It is because you think you have limited talents or intelligence, unlike the other person who is succeeding. But imperfection is a part of human nature. And people who become repeatedly successful in all walks of life have learnt to accept their flaws, expose and correct their mistakes, and move on. Stephen Hawking said, "One of the basic rules of the universe is that nothing is perfect. Perfection simply doesn't exist. Without imperfection, neither you nor I would exist." All great innovations and inventions resulted from men observing the imperfections in the world and seeking to perfect it. If the world were perfect, there would never be a need for inventions. If you were perfect, the world would not need you. Brené Brown said, "Imperfections are not inadequacies. They are reminders that we're all in this together." A growth mindset admits that your imperfections are not a thing to be ashamed of, but an opportunity for you to become better. A fixed mindset makes you dwell on your imperfections and stunts your life's progress. Hide your weaknesses and you'll never overcome them, but confront your weaknesses and you'll make progress. For example, you can admit you don't speak English fluently, though you want to be a public speaker. Hacking the growth mindset is therefore choosing to learn English by reading, practicing often, or getting tutored. Remember the words of Brené Brown: Imperfections are not inadequacies. They are reminders that we're all in this together. 2. View challenges as opportunities. Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. The point is that you will treat challenges the way you view them. Challenges are a part of life." Although Thomas Edison failed to create the light bulb after almost 10,000 tries, he saw his failures instead as a learning curve, showing him how not to produce the light bulb. You could view challenges as barriers to your success. That's a fixed mindset. Or you could see challenges as opportunities for more success. That's a growth mindset. Lee Iacocca was the one-time head of Chrysler Motors. Initially, he turned the company around, but then he stagnated due to a fixed mindset. Under his leadership, the company produced some car models that nobody bought. Japanese cars beat them to it. Instead of innovating, Iacocca's attitude to this failure was a fixed mindset. He surrounded himself with sycophants and fired critics. From then on, he and Chrysler stopped growing. He adopted what Professor Dweck called the fixed mindset. In her study, Professor Dweck wanted to know why some people cope with failure and others don't. She gave 10-year-olds tough challenges to solve. While most of them said they couldn't, others were happy to take the challenge. She discovered the latter kids had adopted a growth mindset. This was the same reason why Lee Iacocca stopped growing. You need to realize that challenges are a part of life and see them as opportunities to become a better person. This is hacking your growth mindset as an under 40. 3. Follow the research on brain plasticity. Scientists believe that we only use 0.1% of our brains in our lifetime. Since your brain isn't fixed, your mind shouldn't be either. The mind of a man is his most powerful tool. John Milton wrote, "The mind is its place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven." The mind is powerful enough to give to you what you program into it. Research proved that the reticular activating system in our brainstem allows only essential information into our consciousness. Studies suggest we can process it with a positive mindset, and good things will show up in our lives. Instead of worrying your mind about what you can't do, which leads to a fixed mindset, you can train your mind to focus on what you can do. When we worry or feel fear, our adrenal gland releases the hormone cortisol. Research shows that high levels of cortisol hurts our productivity and leads to burnout. Instead of this, you can start to train yourself to focus on your potential to get things done, knowing your mind isn't finite. Rather than thinking, "My friend speaks Spanish fluently because she's good with languages," train yourself to think, "If I spend enough time practicing, I shall learn to speak Spanish fluently as well." Your brain's plasticity allows for change, so don't limit it. Thank you for watching this video. Please drop us a like, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss other interesting videos like this. We love you.